How's it going, you gods and goddesses? It's the Akara! Back at you. Now we're going to answer some questions here. Who runs and controls Africa? Who runs the African continent? Is it Africans that run the African continent? Or is it the West, Europeans, that run the African continent? You got a union over there in Africa called the African Union. And your boy, Ibrahim Traore, is a member of the African Union. So you're being gaslit to think that it's those brothers and sisters that are the face of the African Union run Africa, when that's the furthest thing from the truth. The West runs Africa. And Ibrahim Traore is nothing but a puppet, just like every other leader in Africa is nothing but a goddamn puppet. Gaslighting you Negroes. Should I say you sucker Negroes? MSNBC can put someone black in front of your face and you're going to buy it hook, line, and sinker. Even though the people that's behind that black face are lying to you, suckering you, playing you. They control all the curriculum of your schools. They control all the media, mainstream media. They control all the corporations. And they have their puppets in all the governments on the face of this earth, including the United States. And thankfully, we have a real dude, Donald Trump. We have a real dude, Donald Trump, clearing out the snakes. Brought in Elon Musk to clear out the snakes. And how do you clear out the snakes and identify the snakes? You follow the money. See, you have our taxpayer dollars here in the United States is going through USAID, and Donald Trump cut that shit. What was USAID being used by? Being used by people like Bill Gates and people like George Soros. And they was using USAID to finance gain-of-function research. And for those who don't know what gain-of-function research is when you take something like a common cold, little simple virus like a common cold, and you weaponize it. You make it deadly. Which is how Ebola, AIDS, COVID-19 was all manufactured out of a laboratory. And they gaslight you saying, well, we got these viruses that's magically popping up the fuck out of everywhere, wherever the fuck they're coming from, excuse my French. So we need to put this vaccine on you. And the people that want to give you this vaccine have publicly stated they want to reduce the world population. And what do you dummies do? You take the vaccine. Because, COVID-19 is going to get me. When something like ivermectin could knock out COVID like within 12 hours, you can use colloidal copper to kill COVID-19. But see, the people that put the virus out there also own the patents on the vaccines. They actually own the vaccine. So now they done herded you into taking this vaccine, which is designed to exterminate your goofy ass. And they make trillions of dollars, billions of dollars doing it. All because you people are sheep. That's why they can come out here and feed you some bull jive about Ibrahim Traore coming in trying to protect Africa's resources from the West when the West runs Africa's resources. And Ibrahim Traore is nothing but a damn puppet for the West. China, the African Union, run Ibrahim Traore. But you guys fall for this garbage, hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because you're sheep. Somebody has to tell you straight up. You're sheep. You're cattle. You have no critical thinking skills. You think what you believe is the truth. And then you come up with silly crap like, let's agree to disagree when someone challenges you on your delusions. So, either you're dealing with facts or you're dealing with delusions. And here, the Akara, I give out the facts. And I dare any one of you delusional people to challenge me. Because if you challenge me, I'm going to school you. Because you're not on my level, bro. Okay? And I'm not saying that to be arrogant, and that's a sad commentary because I'm not claiming to be all that goddamn smart. So, you know, if I'm not all that goddamn smart and you ain't on my level, what does that say about you? Right? I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy for life. Rest assured, I'm a dummy for life. I'm forever dumb. Wanna know why I can say that? Because people who are forever dumb always have something new to learn. So as long as you're a dummy, you're always going to grow. You're always going to learn something new. But all you know-it-all motherfuckers, y'all going to stay stupid, and you're going to let a dumbass like me advance past you. Because I'm a dummy for life, and I always have something new to learn. Always got something new to learn. There you go, people. We're going to get into this, man. I'm going to show you the puppetry. I'm going to show you who your puppet leaders of Africa are. We shall continue. Starting off with the great Credo Mutwa. This brother told you that educated Africans are destroying Africa. As exposed by the great Credo Mutwa in an interview with David Icke. He came out and said that the West uses educated Africans to destroy Africa. So let's get into these educated Africans that run the African Union. Now let's pay attention, folks. Right here it says the Joseph Key Zerbo University of Ouagadougou was not founded by a single person, but rather established as a result of a cooperation agreement between Upper Volta, which is Burkina Faso, and France. So France, from the West, established Ouagadougou University. Ouagadougou University, right there. Ouagadougou University. Now, why am I talking about Ouagadougou University of Burkina Faso? Because that's where Ibrahim Traore graduated from. And as he graduated from a university established by the French, and the French are from where? The West. See if we got any more on here. Ibrahim Traore. There you go. President Ibrahim Traore. Burkina Faso. Graduated from a university established by the French. So we got any more here. Here we go. We got the current president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, holds a bachelor's degree in public law and a diploma in international relations, both obtained from the University of Paris. Here we go. Let's go images. Okay, this brother right here graduated from the University of Paris. He graduated from a school and was educated where? In the West. So we got another African Union Negro getting his education from the West, running an African country, Cameroon. Now, where do you think Cameroon's resources are going to with this educated African, Western educated African? Who do you think he's doing business with, considering the fact that he graduated from the University of Paris? Is he working with the African people, or is he working with the West? See, this is called sucker made, man. Here we go. We're going to continue. Here we go. The current president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Ahmed, so you know, that's some Arab shit, graduated from Chicago State University. Let's get into this. This dude all these president leaders. Hold on, let's get a good image of this guy. Muhammad Buhari. Hold on, let me see if we talking about the same dude. President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Hold on. There it is. His brother graduated from Chicago State University. And he's the president of who? Nigeria. So he was educated in where? The West. Another African Union member. These are puppets, people. Fronting off like they love the African people, but yet they're educated in the West. This is called sucker free, sucker made, man. All right? Like Credo Mutwa said, the West, this demon white man uses educated Africans to destroy Africa. And these are the people hurting you and cattle prodding you Negroes to support them when they're working against you. They control Africa's resources, and they're nothing but puppets under the World Economic Forum, and these puppets here are controlled by Western interests. Do not get it twisted. Here we go. Duma Gideon Boko. Right there, the current president of Botswana is Duma Boko. This clown right here is the president of Botswana. Let's look at where he was educated. You see where his education. You gonna find it here. Hold on. You know they love hiding shit. As it tells you right here, Duma Boko, education. Harvard Law School. He also went to the University of Botswana. We're going to get into that, but he went to Harvard Law School. That Negro graduated from Harvard Law School. Isn't Harvard in the West? But it's this fool here that runs Botswana. Hold on. All right, the next person in line here is the president of Burundi. What's his name? Evariste Ndayishimiye, whatever how you pronounce that. Ndayishimiye. He's president of Burundi. Let's get into his education. Okay, this Evariste Ndayishimiye, or how you pronounce that. Okay, he studied law at the University of Burundi. All right. Now we're going to get into who founded the University of Burundi. Here we go. The University of Burundi was officially established in 1964 according to the University of Burundi website. It's considered the largest public higher education institution in the country. While the UB as a formal institution was founded in 1964, its roots can be traced back to the Agronomy Institute of the University of Belgian Congo. So the University of Burundi is tied to the University of Belgian Congo, Belgian, which is what? The West. The West still has its ties into Burundi, Africa, because this leader here, Evariste, I can't pronounce this. Ndayishimiye is also a member of the African Union. So, either way you look at it, they're all tied to the West. So all this gaslighting talking about Trump is trying to steal Burkina Faso's resources is just asinine. What it is Trump don't like the fact that China's in Africa. And the African people should not like the fact that China is in Africa. You complain about the West being there. That's bad enough. So why the hell would you let China? What do you think China's there to do? It's more imperialism. China treats its people like shit. And they're tied into that artificial intelligence control grid. And China is one of the main hubs of smart cities. And who's behind the smart city? Of course, the tech companies. That's, once again, the World Economic Forum, where you have people like Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates, Google, all tech firms. They want to create a technocracy, a worldwide technocracy. All right, we're going to continue. Here we go. We got all the countries of the African Union member states. Let's look at Chad. We'll go Chad. All right. Here we go. Who's the president of Chad? President Chad, office holder is Mahamat Debe. Mahamat Debe. It's the president of Chad. All right. Here you go. Mahamat Debe. First enrolled at the joint grouping of military schools in Chad. He subsequently received training in France at the military school at Aix-en-Provence. There we go. Another African Union member got his training in the West. Now, what does that tell you, people? Huh? Africa is run by the West. Africa's resources are controlled by the West. All these leaders of Africa are puppets of the West. Like Credo Mutwa told you, Africa is being destroyed by educated Africans, sellout Negroes. So stop falling for the sucker moves. Ibrahim Traore. Only reason why you seeing his name popping up everywhere, because that's what the media, that's what Google wants you to know about, because that's their guy. Okay? They want to use him as the linchpin to stir up some shit against Trump. They're trying to turn blacks against Trump when blacks should be supporting Trump. We need a Make Africa Great Again movement. We need MAGA in Africa. Look at this, man. You got Cabo Verde. Here's the president. His name is Jose Marie Neves. Do you think he has any ties to Spain? Let's kind of look into that. And we shall continue. Here you go. Part of his higher education was at Sao Paulo School of Business Administration of Getúlio Vargas Foundation in Brazil. Okay, so we already know Brazil is basically controlled by the West, but let's kind of get into that, man. What's the name of that school? Okay, let's kind of copy that. As it tells you right here, the Sao Paulo School of Business Administration, also known as EAESP FGV, was founded in 1954 by Fundação Getúlio Vargas. Okay, here we go. School was established through the collaborative efforts of the Brazilian government and the business community with support from Michigan State University, which is once again the West. But let's get into this. Who is this dude right here? Who is this dude, man? Hit paste. Vargas, let's find out who this is. Images. There you go. Getúlio Vargas. Right there. Brazil under Vargas. Looks like he's from the West to me. But hey, that's either a Portuguese or that's a Spaniard. And this is the dude that founded the University of Sao Paulo, where This Jose. Let's get up into that. Where this fool went to school at. So again, you got another African leader being educated by the West. And the propaganda out there is Trump wants to steal Africa's resources when the West controls Africa's resources because they got all their puppets controlling all the governments of Africa. But here we go. Here we go. The African Union comprises all 54 countries. So we went through Benin, Burkina Faso, Capo Verde. Let's go look at Ghana. Let's pick Ghana, man. Let's find out who their president is. Copy. Ain't interested. Okay, let's go into Ghana here. Hold on. Here we go. The current president of Ghana is John Mahama. A dude named John is the president of Ghana. Let's kind of see what he looks like here. There we go. We got this dude named John Mahama. Okay. There he is right there. John Mahama. All right. And here you go right here. John Mahama. Let's get up in here. This dude right here, John Mahama. John Mahama. Education, University of Ghana. And the Moscow Institute of Social Sciences. Moscow. Russia. The West. All right, hold on. Another African Union president, member of the African Union, president of, let me see, something for you, president of Ghana, got his education in Moscow. Let me see, who founded the University of Ghana? Let's look that up. And we break down who started the University of Ghana. Let's break it in. The University of Ghana was founded at the University College of the Gold Coast in 1948 based on recommendations from the Asquith Commission. The Asquith Commission, which investigated higher education in British colonies, recommended the establishment of the university colleges in association with the University of London. Okay, in 1961, the University of Ghana Act 79 was passed, formally establishing the University of Ghana and replacing the University College of Ghana. Okay, association with the University of London. Let me see, what's that dude's name? Hold on. And this explains why the president right here of Ghana, his name is John. He's got an English British name. There you go, John Dramani Mahama. Another African Union president. Another educated African that Credo Mutwa warned you of. And here he is heading another African country. And was trained and educated by who? The West. All right. And they call University of Ghana Global Cornell. And of course you see a happy little Westerner. When I type in University of Ghana staff, let me see if we got staff director. Let me see what we've got in here. Let's see what we've got in here. See how many Europeans, how many Westerners we got up in there. Now I'm sure if I go dig through this, we can get deep into this, man. What you want, man? So we're gonna go ahead and break this down. All right, here we go. University of Paris, founded in 1150, which was later changed to the Sheikh Anta Diop University, originally named the University of Dakar, was not founded by a single individual, evolved from several French institutions established by the colonial administration, primarily the École de Médecine de Dakar Medical School in 1979, 1978, the university, 1918, the university's name was later changed in 1987 to honor the Senegalese scholar Cheikh Anta Diop. But there you go, French institutions evolved from several French institutions. Okay, here we go. Here you go, Patrice Talon, president of Benin, in his education was from bachelorette in Dakar, Senegal. Okay, the University of Dakar, which is the Cheikh Anta Diop University. There you go. Let's go into University of Dakar, École Nationale de l'Aviation Civile. Hold on. Okay, Cheikh Anta Diop University, which is once again set up by the French. And we got another African Union president over an African nation, African country, Benin, trained by the West. Once again, the great Cradle Muwad said it. I'm going to keep saying it. The West uses educated Africans to destroy Africa. And here you go, you see another educated African running an African country trained by who? The West. So when you hear all this propaganda centered around Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, it's the West behind this motherfucker. So don't get it twisted. And it's these same motherfuckers that are part of the World Economic Forum that run the African Union, your George Soros, your Klaus Schwabs, your Bill Gates. They are all enemies of Donald J. Trump. Trump. Okay, we got more. Let me see. Whoever need. Okay, Kenya, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Rwanda, Somalia, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda. Who we want to pick? Let's go Kenya. Who is the president of Kenya? Now, who's this clown right here? Sir John Lockwood. Sir John Francis Lockwood was master of Birkbeck College, London from 1951 to 1965, and vice chancellor of the University of London. Early life, career, education. So Sir John Lockwood, right there. He looks like he's from the West to me. All right, there you go. This is all in Kenya. Okay, the University of Nairobi did not originate from a single individual in England. Its roots trace back to the establishment of the Royal Technical College in 1956, which was later transformed into the Royal College of Nairobi. This institution ultimately evolved into the University College of Nairobi, a constituent college of the Federal University of East Africa. And finally, the University of Nairobi. The initial impetus for the Royal Technical College came from a working party formed in 1958, chaired by Sir John Lockwood. There you go. The Englishman, Sir John Lockwood. And why does this matter? Let's get back into it. Let me see. We'll get into this. Hold on. And here you go, the president of Kenya. President of the Republic of Kenya, incumbent. What's his name? Mr. President, His Excellency, Head of State, Nairobi. You see, WAK website. Hold on. Okay, his name is Jomo Kenyatta. Hold on. Okay, here's Kenya's president. His name is William Ruto. He's the Kenyan president, William Ruto. Hold on. There it is right there. William Ruto. Hold on. There he goes right there, William Ruto. Let's see what college he went to. They pull it up. Right there, University of Nairobi. Right there, University of Nairobi. Sir John Lockwood University. Okay. There you go. Parent institution, formerly the University of London and the University of East Africa. Go University of London. University of London, abbreviated as London, or more rarely London. Located in London, England, United Kingdom. So once again, we got another African Union member, African educated African leader, formerly trained from a university that was founded by the West, England. Yeah, that's Kenya. All right. Let's continue on with this bullshit. So we're at the African Union website, member states. So you got the Republic of Burundi, Cameroon, Central Africa, Chad. Did we do? I'm not sure if we did Congo. Let me see. Let's go Sudan. We go Republic of South Sudan. Okay, boy, you got Uganda too, Tanzania. So let's go Republic of South Sudan. Let's copy that, find out who the president is, and we shall continue. Okay, here's the president, South Sudan president. His name is Salva Kiir Mayardit. That's him, President South Sudan. Let me go in his education. Let me see. Copy. Okay, here we go. Let me see. In the book, A Long Walk to Water, Salva, after settling in Rochester, and let me make sure this is the same guy. Hold on. I'm not sure this is the same person. Here we go. Salva Kiir Mayardit, master's degree in psychology from Humboldt State University, Arcata, California. Hold on, let's get into this, man. Salva Kiir Mayardit, right there. Right there, man. University. Hold on, let me see what we can find up in here. Finding page, university. See if we can find it here. Oh. There you go. No, it's David Zuber who won him. Nope, got that wrong. Hold on. You're going to get this. Okay, it tells you right here, the professors from UK, USA, and Ethiopia cited that HE President Salva Kiir Mayardit won the award for the following reasons: having etched in the annals of the history an important milestone and significant achievement in the path of peace by brokering and mediating peace agreements for Republic of Sudan and his gradual transition to independence and democracy, having deeply demonstrated patriotism and commitment to his country and the people, and zealously dedicated his life as a statesman and country leader who had humble beginnings and rose from the ranks in achieving international diplomatic relations and world peace. So here we go in his remarks. HE President thanked the University of Lausanne and the international leadership for bestowing him with the honorary doctorate on humanities. So he's tied in with the UK, the USA, and Ethiopia. So we can safely conclude that he's influenced by the West. All right, that's South Sudan. And there he is right there. Westerners. His Excellency President Salva Kiir has been conferred with the honorary degree of doctor. And there he is right there getting his little degree. Now, does this man work for does he work for the Sudanese people, or does he work for the West? Okay, I'll let you come to that conclusion on your own. I think it's pretty obvious to me. He works with the West. Okay, let's try the United Republic of Tanzania. Okay, we're gonna get that real quick. We'll put this on pause. There you go, Samia Suluhu Hassan. Sounds pretty Arab to me. Okay, I guess she's the president of the United Republic of Tanzania. This lady right here is the president of Tanzania. Let's get into her real quick. Another African Union member. Here she is. Another front for Klaus Schwab. Another little prostitute for Klaus Schwab. All these African Union member leaders are prostitutes for George Soros and Klaus Schwab. Okay, selling you all this crap that they're sovereign nations when really they're running control by the West. And let's get her education right here. She went to Mzumbe University and the University of Manchester. Let's see where that is. The University of Manchester is in Manchester, England. Is that the West? This is the president of Tanzania. She got her education at the University of Manchester in England. Talking about some sucker ass BS, bull jive. There you go. Another Western puppet running another African country. Member of the African Union. And we know I go on all night. There's 55 countries. We done went through practically every leader I pop up. They're all tied to the West. All been educated by some means by the West. They all got ties to the West in one shape, fashion, or form. So do you think the West has control of Africa's resources? Considering the fact that they have ties to damn near every president of every country in Africa. It's all members of the African Union. No different than the North American Union, European Union. All right, we're going to continue. Okay, let's go. Let me see, what other country we want to use? Sudan. We'll go Republic of Sudan, man. We're going to check into that, see who the leader of that is. Okay, right here it says Republic of Sudan, Republic of the Sudan capital, Khartoum, head of state, President Abdel Fattah Aderman al-Burhan. Okay, sound like an Arab to me, but hold on. Yep, there is an Arab. There is Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. There he is. It's the president of the Sudan. All right, let's get into him. It says right here, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan was born on 11 July 1960 in the village of Gandatu in northern Sudan. Okay, to a Sufi family, al-Burhan studied elementary and intermediate level in village school and later moved to Shindi to complete his education before joining the Sudanese military college among the 31st batch. Hold on, let me see. Let's kind of find out where he got his education from. Okay, it says right here, University of Khartoum, Sudanese Military Academy. Let's look at the University of Khartoum. Oh, Khartoum, hold on. It's not letting me do anything here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Got the history of University of Khartoum, founded 1902. The U of K was founded as Gordon Memorial College in 1902 and was established in 1956. And established when Sudan gained independence. Since that date, the University of Khartoum has been recognized as the top university, high-ranked academic institution in Sudan and Africa. So let's look up Gordon Memorial College. Who founded Gordon Memorial College? Okay, Gordon Memorial College was an educational institution in Anglo Egyptian Sudan. It was built in 1899 1902 as part of Lord Kitchener's wide-ranging educational reform. Here we go. There we go. Another university established by a Westerner. Hold on there. Lord Kitchener. Who the hell was that? Okay. Herbert First Earl Kitchener. There you go. There you go. There he is. Lord Kitchener founded the University of Gordon Memorial College. Okay? Which is today the University of Khartoum. Which, you know, right there, founded, which is dude Abdul Fattah al-Burhan is president of Sudan, is where he graduated from. All right. There it is. Sir Al-Khatum Al-Khalifa, acting president of Sudan. There you go. More Western influence on another educated African running another African country that's part of the African Union. Where does it end? Okay, let's see if we can find something. Hold on. Hell, let's try Uganda. Republic of Uganda. There we go. Let's try that one. I'm not sure if I did this already, but hell, we'll find out. Here's the Ugandan president, Yoweri Museveni. All right. Yoweri, born as a Ugandan military officer, president since 1986. Let's find out his education. Here he is. Yoweri Museveni, University of Dar es Salaam. Okay, he went to Tanzania. All right, let me see. Here is right here. Parent institution, formerly the University of London and the University of East Africa. There it is, man. Established 1955 years ago. University of Dar es Salaam, man, was formerly. Hold on, man. There you go. Formerly the University of London. University of London. Abbreviated as London, okay? We had already went over this. Okay. Established by the United Kingdom. Once again, another African Union member, taught and educated from a Western European established university. Goes back to what Credo Mutwa said. The West uses educated Africans to destroy Africa. Okay? So all their universities established by the West, so they're trained by the West. So who do you think they work for? The fucking West. They work for European nations. Here we go. I don't know if I did Angola. Let's try the Republic of Angola. Hold on. I've done so many, I'm losing track here, so forgive me. Okay, this is the president of Angola, Joao Lourenço. Here's right there, president of Angola. Let's get into this dude. Let's get into him. Okay, on Wikipedia. Okay, I'm not getting no information about his education on here just yet. So let's try to get his information. Okay, here's his alma mater. Right there, Joao Lourenço. Here's right there, man. Angola president. Okay, they kind of go into it, but let's kind of get his education here. Yeah, his alma mater. Industrial Institute of Luanda, Lenin Superior Academy. Where's that at? The VI Lenin Military Russian. So he's Russian trained. Higher military educational institution of the Soviet Armed Forces. There you go, right there. VI Lenin Military. Right there. And there is Lenin Superior Academy, and let me see, the Industrial Institute of Luanda. Let's see what that's about. Hold on. So your boy was trained by the Russians, running an African country. So who do you think he's loyal to? The African people or the West? Russia. Hold on. And as we did some more research here, the Founder Institute, Luanda, is not an industrial institute, but is a startup acceleration program. It is part of the larger Founder Institute network, which was co-founded by Adio Ressi and Jonathan Grichin. I'm sorry. Let's find out who these people are. Adio Ressi. Hold on, Jonathan Grichin. Yeah, we're gonna find out who this is, man. We're gonna get a facial on these people. There you go. There's Adio Ressi. There he is. He looks Western to me. There you go. A global startup accelerator program. They founded the program in 2009 in response to the 2008 market crash. Okay, and who's this Jonathan Grichin? Let's try to get a facial on this dude. There he is. Jonathan Grichin. There he goes. Oh, God, man. There you go, people. You can't make this up, man. You just can't make this shit up. And there you go. Industrial Institute of Luanda. All run and controlled by Westerners. That's who his master is. The West. This is all sucker shit. Okay? All these leaders of the African Union were educated and trained by the West, by Europeans. Okay, we can go. I can go on and on. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna do one last one. What you want? You want Namibia? Let's find out who the president of Namibia is. Okay, we'll just select something here. But I'm batting 1,000 people. Here is Nadamupelia. Wait, hold on. Nadamupelia, Palilia, or Natumbo Nandi Ndawa. Born October 29, 1950, nickname NNN. He's a Namibian politician who is 5th and current president of Namibia since the 21st March of 2025. So he just came in as the president. Let me see who this dude is. See, there you go. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Oh, it's a lady. All right, that's a woman. Okay, this is the president of Namibia. And let's see what we dig up on this lady here. Another African Union. Talking about she was education. Keele University, Glasgow. Caledonian University. We're going to see what this Keele University is. Hold on here. Okay, this right here is the university, Keele University. Let me see. It's talking about Royal Keele. So, yeah, there you go. Universities of the United Kingdom. England. So this woman got trained in England, huh? You got trained in England, huh? So I guess you're loyal to the African people, or you loyal to the British. Hold on, man. Let's get one more. Hold on, man. Let's kind of get a little deep into this education. What's this Glasgow? Where's that at? It's a public union, Glasgow, Scotland. So she got educated in Scotland. You can't make this shit up, people. Okay, this is all a sham and a scam. Okay? This woman got trained in Scotland and England, and now she's running an African country. So who do you think she actually works for? Does she work for the African people, or does she work for England, the royals, Europeans? Huh? But yet they're coming out with all this Abraham Traore dumb shit. So, you know, all you guys and goddesses, do me a favor. Just do me a favor. Wake the hell up. This is all game. That said, this is Akarai. God bless all you guys and goddesses. Peace.